A living rat des in life. I suppose straight run if you like to fight. Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
Here lies Master Ragequin's first apprentice, killed by a falling comet.
Look! A wanderer comes my way. Call me Ishmael, son of the sea. An outcast upon these. My fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me? Of course they could hear her, the brats. We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long. Yes, I, King of Pearls, ache to repose anew on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the... Of course I can talk. Don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Time is an indulgent mistress. Oh, I remember all this I have seen. What do you say, kind knight? Will you return?
Agreed. Let's send him home.
Liberator, kind... the sea, I have returned. Where every wave feels like a perfect...
Again, this is a single malt, imported all the way from Hawkesbury. Hold it right there, Hawk scum!
Calm down, Judy.
Just hold your tongue with you, Bibius. Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel.
So, you're sorcerers, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true?
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads, yet...
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know...
Captain, come along. We're not far from the city.
Like how to wash your underthings.
Pass the bottle, would you, Junius? My throat's dry.
Again, this is a single malt, imported all the way from Hawkesbury, you know. It ain't the local pig swill they sell for ale.
Single malt, my stubbly arse. You've been had by one of them smooth-talking salesmen again. Come, give here before I sober up. Come, let's have another drink while we still can. To your very good health.
And yours, Bibius. Here goes. Goes down as smooth as burning needles. But I'll be damned if it doesn't get you more hammered than an anvil.
Better to be dead drunk than plain dead, what you?
the source hunters handle their big brutes.
Awaits you.
The force of Naxos is within me. Anoint the land. Bless its step.
see that? Those orcs had a human commander. Who was
How
that
very
joker leading those
curious.
orcs?
And how very disquieting.
Where are
See the white
Phineas
light.
and Junius? They hear the fight.
Taken before his time. Far before his time. Hail, Source Hunter! Why, we legionnaires are loyal servants to Captain Bloody Orcs are at it again. Beats me that rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble. They may need help. I'd go myself, but we legionnaires are under strict orders. Never beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs! It'd be whatever the cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot. Let's all hope it was...
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Nonsense. Listen. She's howling.
What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore?
She's a beast. Not even a skeptic like you can deny it.
An orc in love. From our faces.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a... Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging, you're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm off. So you were, and so you weren't. There we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us... It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so there are. Or rather, there is. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That, a human, you say? Truly? And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts. A shadowy set of worshippers that associate... I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. The undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for... The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they... Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The Orc siege is yet another. We've cordoned off the western beach where most Orc activity has been reported. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness. You couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course, it's handy. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have... Once you're there, just take the stairs. But do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may... And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter.
Sects? Undead? Orcs? Well, looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Ahu mentioned?
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Back into the prison.
What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore? An orc in love.
Come on then, put your backs into it.
We're gonna need more than a few bucks to save her.
Last orcs have learned how to play with fire.
Last orcs have learned how to play with fire. What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
Really? The greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a road.
We mustn't let the flames spread to the armor. We need more help, or she's lost. Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
The ship's blazing ever higher.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of sun? Name's Conrad.
Cargo trailer. Seek. Those orcs must be out. I'll tell you, the only time I'd consider waging a suicide campaign like that would be if whatever I sought was something worth dying over. Is that Bertie still right, Pete?
Yes, sir. As fine a specimen as one of her stock, sir.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicile?
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Moo!
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
Halt! These gates will all be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. Sorry for the gruff treatment, I didn't reckon. You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that's... We can only... I don't think you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. Also, a party of 1 or 2 runs the risk of being outflanked and outnumbered. I'd bring some backup if I were you. Of course, the choice is yours. Thank you for heeding my words of warning, Hunter.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her. Come on, men, put your backs in. What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
We need more help, or she's lost! The ship's blazing ever higher. Report?
Keep your pleasantries to yourself. What are you doing inside this warehouse? If it's conversation you're... As for myself, my job... That idiot man-child would sooner spend an...
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to... That fusspot said what?
So, salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Courteous, proud protector of this House of Legion Good. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my, and Courteous is my name. Enough! What is this barbarism? Back to your post at once!
Sir, this is an important matter. A matter of honor.
Such matters are to be settled on your own time. Understood?
Oh, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can start with the two idiots hiding there.
Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love. When this little child... who better than a proven orc crusher to...
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's... My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the... Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running. A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady...
I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous... Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge...
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw-shanked brute, you see. He'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can...
What's the point in causing more pain in this beleaguered city? Question her and see what comes of it. If you want to go after her, you'll have to face me first. And I don't take kindly to murderers. One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
All right, we'll do it your way. Bravo! I trust not only the potion, but my...
You're going to...
Too bad indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
An orc in love. Ha! When this...
Plenty of fish in the sea. I've got all the remedy. Always stock a lot on my racks.
We're not done yet!
So, what's the bad news? More or sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable... What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off?
To and fro of the city's youth. They hustle and bustle, while I sit here stagnantly and watch it all go by. Oh, how nice it is of you. The very... Pray, let me be forward with you. Oh, sapling rose, you would listen to my grievance. Hot spiced wine and a snug little room awaits us on the...
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Peace be with you, traveller. May your lost love... I once lived a prosperous life. With my Loney never recovered from the loss. And she was killed less than a week after she joined.
Here lies Jacques, the oldest man in Siciel. Get off my grave, ye jackanapes.
Rest in peace.
Here lies David, who ran from the Reaper. Here lies You'll never catch me alive. Please do not disturb. Here lies Kavanagh, Seal pie in the afterlife. Here lies Helen, killed by an enraged zombie. I'm sure we can talk this out. Here lies Helen, killed by an enraged zombie. I'm sure we can talk this out. Here lies
May
Jack,
the seven
the
keep
oldest
you.
man in Sicil.
Here lies James,
Get off my
as
grave,
usual,
you
the
jackanapes.
filthy
Fibber. Here lies Jake. Please do not disturb. Here lies Kavanagh. Will they have Sicil pie in the afterlife?
What trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse. It
May
seems
the seven
someone
keep
snatched
you.
Jake's body.
Ow!
Stay the combat!
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the...
Time's a-wasting.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I,
Burrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that
Come now! I'll be good for it, I swear! I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what... Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, so what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
I'm sure this one little fish won't starve the merchant. He should take the fish. ethics are fine in theory, but nothing would stop me from helping you through a hard time. This man merely holds that same principle.
No, we'll do as I say.
I suppose you've got a point. Fed a hungry man, you know.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese.
What are ye staring at? Captain Jackson, a ghost?
On the move for cheese.
Anybody?
But if one were to reduce the... Oh, a source hunter. No matter, no matter. Certainly, what would you like to know? The Councillor, terrible loss there. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned. I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years. I declare... Me? It was not... Yes, yeah. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you... She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable. She claims to have gotten the relic from a little... Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner. When I expect she'll be a very successful healer in a...
You is more deserving
Interesting
of life.
indeed.
Come, nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic. Excuse me, this is a private sick room. Who in... Oh, I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation. But perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed. What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him, and nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen. And, as you can imagine, he's quite, yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened. But it's strange. You are? I thank...
Troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
There's no way Boris should receive that stone. If you'd like to kill Stephen, perhaps I'll let his family...
No, we'll do as I...
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save...
Thank
no,
the seven.
no, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I...
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone... Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here?
at the end. Your guess is as good as mine, my newfound... Quite good timing, by the by, because the ground... I suppose I should make a proper introduction. What am I doing here? Tell me, friend, when I mentioned that this place is the end of time, time ought to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through your...
Might be quite mad.
Then we better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You saw! Terif the portal! It's quite sprung to life. You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Those torches, alight! This portal active once more! It cannot be coincidence. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it! Though I cannot say for certain. In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin. But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out. For goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been... It is the void itself. The dragon that I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. After you. You first, but don't dilly-dally.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
The last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it!
Could it be, milady?
Indeed, Sir Imp.
Astounding!
You have brought guests, I see.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my fight.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did a stone? So, it was a stone that caused the... Not like this, no. Never had I experienced something so... contrary to my... But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came in...
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all...
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. Source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how I can... Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. It's true. Do you see what violence...
Mysteries of all time. Gaps...
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend...
I see. What the void...
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this style. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume. Indeed you must. Though I may not yet...
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of...
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble, even...
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First, we meant please, our most mysterious guest. Are you...
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the
How welcome you are upon this realm. In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparition, the drift of continents. Except, it seems...
The glint in your gaze and the snow with you searching out Starstone, I believe. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't...
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Lonesome, observing the front... Well, yes, actually. Perhaps you can imagine the profound... Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. One, I hope he'll be able to help you as much... A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there two of us? Two beings that record all of history parallel...
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, let us... So it is, and so it should continue to be. For I suspect his dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief Starstones are the... That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake for your... While you were being lectured by our friend the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with him. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of Starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be... But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose... Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless I'll not pretend to have all the answers, or that I understand all that is... If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined... I met him first, a long time... So I told him, in the end... Oh, before you'll need the other one too, if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry, though. Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot...
moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the... No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an Mendius at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a... Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become... better.
Quite right.
See here. You and I share the same... too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The way...
Nor me. Wealth is but vanity.
Oh, but I know you're just being bashful. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source...
I disagree. I, for one, am
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed, that you have the minds of independence. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you. Ah, the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the... You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you... What a gem of a question. Straight at... Now then, to join the fabulous five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel... By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? Work hard. Fulfill contracts. Enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yours. Of course, of course. Oh.
Pay the big cheese on your block for the wheel of the good stuff.
Waiting for what,
And me. May all the riches and...
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a... But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and head... Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the fabulous five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. They call the undead a problem, my friend. But those who know the way... What more is there to say?
Challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have. Like our noble Captain Aureus before. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say I am the Duke of Ferrell.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, I'll tell you, it sure does me good to say... You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross... Medora's the name. Retired. Or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause. Heavens, hornets! That's quite a start. See, I'm here on... Well, let's call... There's been an attack there, comrade. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases, and I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form. By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated it. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for my... Well, comrade, I hadn't thought. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back... I've been scouting Sicile for some time now. And I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords intact. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more...
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius, shaking in his wee boots.
Tell me.
A source hunter? I'd like to report some dark magic. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. Though that's the... I was washing up and lucky for the perpetrators. Been at the...
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, and my word, what passion burns from your eyes. That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself, I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, yes. You must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. So you've joined up. I can finally offer you our finest, but you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious about how you yourself can suit up to face such enemies as a member of the Fabulous Five must face. Well, never fear. I have everything you need. Oh, darling, that was so long ago. You are a member of... but haven't we... I hear you...
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only What do you mean, not familiar? Why? I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely all those nasty beasts are hardly worth... Well, if I don't...
Tell me, Alistair.
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill. How so you...
Me, yes. Is that it? Oh.
Hearty welcome to the... Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say, she came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain... I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after... By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet... Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone. No questions.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your...
The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all! End it all in blood! hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all! End it all in blood!
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most that I am. You wouldn't. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
Ah, the game, yes! The elves of Gandavon. They lived in peace. Oh, yes. But one night, all undone. Every last one of us. Except for me, the Midnight Rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence. But death, I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want. And now is almost I have tracked her down by the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen son is setting fast. Color that, yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be. The orcs of Gazuldagar. They knew my name. Oh, yes. By the bite of the roving rattler, they knew my design. Her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an orc, a cyst of nature, one of a Miss Victoria, librarian, daughter, adopted child.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins. Indeed. Victoria probably doesn't even know about her.
Of Grog, the torturer. All hail, Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These in Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have got... Well, what do you want to know? Before this war left us hanging like the condemned, I've heard that once they're...
Adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicily, and what questions I remember.
You there, cut it out!
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet... What do you think you're doing?
What? Does the ground turn to glue when you've been naughty around here? Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I never before envisioned.
That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right?
How's it going? Back, huh? Hey, Skelly, you look like you know your way around Tartarus. Found some of this ancient Titan blood out there.
Ah, you come to the right place regarding that there, pal. It's your mean weapons back there that can find this stuff. Once you get all the way through
How am I supposed to keep track of which weapon?
I don't know, there's always the invention of writing stuff.
Stygius, blade of the underworld. I need your strength.
Yeah, that one's pretty nice.
Time to go. Cries of battle. This one was bound to show up, I guess. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
You've got quite the fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone.
More bloodshed, then. Come on, then. It's just the edge I need. Stygius grows stronger. Who should I give this to? Yes. Can catch my breath. A key to a weapon. You and me. I can use this to unlock a weapon.
Perfect timing.
Hello, sir. Hey, sir. Thought this might ease your burden for a while.
Now hold a moment, Highness. I cannot accept something like this.
Thanks for that, sir.
You know, Prince Ed, I'd not expected to run into you again, not after all the...
Well, something's just about always amiss back home, sir. Figured it...
Well, I am grateful for it. I and the old boulder there, in turn. I'm used to go... Certainly, Highness.
For safekeeping.
Within the depths of Tartarus.
Lots of wretchedness to go around, I guess. What? Here they come. Heads up. The power of the gods. Zeus.
We'll keep you safe here from your father, Zagreus. But one...
The might of the heavens. Sure, why not?
Do not so much as think about it. Idiots.
Now to collect. A palm of power. Delicious. Hello, Meg.
What are you doing, Zagreus? The underworld is sealed off. What your attempt...
This place can't stay sealed shut forever, Meg. In the meantime, I thought I'd get some practice in, you know?
I'm not your practice partner, fool.
Got you that time, Meg. This holds some sort of power, but for what?
Did you enjoy this stint in Tartarus?
Don't mind me, Father. Next floor. The Asphodel Meadows. Wavemakers. That's mine. Easy does it. Bone rakers. Inferno bombers. Gemstones. witchcraft. What can you do? That's better. Key to a weapon. This one. Care to provide me any insight as to just what sort of hideous monstrosity await? That bad, huh? I'll take it. You come to fulfill my father's wishes. That's what you get. Should fetch me something good back home. Exchange boons for coin. Take me up.
Check.
Elysium.
Strongbows. That one's rearming.
Time to tune up this sword. Done and done. Come back. Gust of air. This mark, almost like a bat wing.
Hey boss, found you. Good. Hermes at your service. Pleasure. You are the talk of Olympus. No.
Appreciate the lift, Lord Hermes, sir. Now let's go. The gods want me to choose.
Neutrality was not an option here.
Perhaps you have defied me here in jest, young man. Though in such cases pertinent to...
Apologies, Lord Zeus. Guess he's upset. Farewell.
the score between us, settle the...
Is my hair sticking up? I accept this message.
You're such a sweetheart.
Should help keep me going. I've gone this far. Long spears. at this part. Gods grant me strength. Oh, wow.
Hold, fiend! You'll walk not one more step toward...
2 against 1. Seems hardly fair. Oh, well.
Theseus, the Bull of Minos? You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
Ah, a naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Demon, will be vanquished even faster than you've come to expect. The adoration of the crowd.
Oh, no!
Be gone from here and don't return, you fiend.
Oh, I want a rematch now.
Welcome back. It's usually pretty quiet keeping watch of...
Glad to keep things interesting.
You again. Blood and darkness. But this place is...
Father, everybody's dead. Give them a break.
What would you even know of honest work? At least...
Achilles, sir. I got a relic of some sort out there. A globule of ancient blood which formed after I fought with Megara.
As far as I know, yes, lad, that it is. Though whose exactly, I'm not so sure. You'd best hang on to it and keep it safe.
Well, I wasn't about to drink it. Father's chambers, always locked.
Stay out of there.
Wonder where Nyx went. What are your sisters up to these days, Meg? I've not seen...
We're stretched a little thin, as you can see. Some kind of war up there meant lots of business.
See you, Mira.
You know something, boyo? I think you could do a real number on one of these columns, holding up this place and bring the whole thing down in just a...
Wreck my father's finely crafted architecture every chance I get. New keepsake. Might help. Open up. Aegis, shield of chaos. Lend me your power.
Anything good?
backyard of the House of...
It's not that orderly, really.
Gotta go.
Again. Uncle Poseidon.
I have to tell you something, little Hades. My relatives and I, we've been holding back one of our greatest gifts to see if you were worthy. And you are. My aid is...
Oh, what's this? The wrath of Poseidon at my beck and call. Welcome. Good enough to eat.